Even while rescue efforts continue throughout the Florida hurricane zone, residents and local leaders are starting to talk about recovery and reconstruction. That could likely cost more than $258 billion, according to one analysis using National Hurricane Center data. Joining me now from Fort Myers is Florida Chief Financial Officer and State Fire Marshal Jimmy Patronis by phone. Thank you very much, Marshal Patronis, for being with us. You have said this is the worst hurricane you've been part of. Talk to us about the devastation and recovery efforts, rescue efforts, casualties. Do you have a count of how many people may have been lost?
Sure. So there are urban search and rescue teams. So I wear a number of hats in Florida, and Panama City was my hometown. So this is very fresh on my mind from how we had to deal with Hurricane Michael. So we have got 11 different task forces that are working in various parts of the affected areas. And these men and women are going door to door and issuing, life safety services, life-saving services on their mission. Last night we were embedded with Task Force 2, that city of Miami, and they came in, they left Miami at 2 a.m., night of the storm. They started going door to door that night, or that morning. They even had an incident where a family drove up in a golf cart. Adult male was in full cardiac arrest. They immediately used defibrillators, brought him back to life, and took him to the local hospital. So that there are challenges, but the men and women of the various task forces are just doing amazing work. These are task forces also from Virginia, Texas, Ohio. Other states are definitely at our help and our need.
It's just extraordinary because people don't have phone service. They don't have cell phone service. They can't call out. I know by going door to door, you're just checking on people who've initially made 911 calls, or just going house to house. Do you have a death count yet? We were hearing some 12 people had been killed.
We've got unconfirmed counts of 20. That's in the various counties, but that is as unconfirmed. Because Andrea, you do have, here's a perfect example, a type of a death that you will have because of this can be a drug overdose. So I mean, you get people that shelter in place. Unfortunately, they are weighing out the storm, and they do and take stupid things into their bodies that is this directly attributed to the hurricane disaster. It's unfortunate that some people wouldn't heed the warnings to evacuate. But again, I'm just so proud of the Herculean efforts of these first responders that are just going door to door, literally saving lives as we speak. They're cutting people out of roofs. It's just the absolute most amazing of humanity I've ever seen.
In terms of insurance claims, how confident are you that those who suffered are going to get the financial help that they need? Because about a dozen Florida-based insurance companies have shut down in the past 2 years alone. 6 were found to be bankrupt this year, and then there's the whole question of whether people have flood insurance or whether they're covered for, storm surge.
Yeah, that's a big concern that we'll have is, did you buy flood insurance? And unfortunately, if you're not in a flood zone, your mortgage is not going to require it. So flood insurance is relatively inexpensive in the scheme of the things of what it can do in the case of a storm surge event. The storm surge was ferocious. It was like nothing I've ever seen. So there's definitely going to be some real concerns that I've got if those that did not have flood insurance are going to be underinsured. We do have insurance villages that will be set up next week, but here's the big concern I've got, Andrea, is I think help comes. It really is. Help comes within days. Predators come within hours, and we saw it with Hurricane Michael as these rogue contractors, these rogue public adjusters, these rogue construction management companies. They will come in. They will prey on these vulnerable individuals because of exactly what you pointed out. Lack of communication. They can't talk to a loved one. They can't talk to their insurance agent. They can't talk to somebody they trust to get advice. So these door-to-door predators are like locusts, and they will seize this opportunity to prey. So again, having this opportunity just to hopefully scare your viewers is something that I appreciate, but we're not going to tolerate in Florida.
Well, and the rebuilding, you know, after Katrina, it cost $186 billion. Do you have any estimates of the damage, the cost to Southwest Florida?
No, so I was getting some initial estimates from Citizens Insurance, which is our state-run company, and it's kind of like an insurance last resort. It's quasi-government, and you know they're worst case scenario, we're looking at about 250,000 claims. But you know what you're going to have is going to be a real problem because of inflation, because the increased cost and cost per construction now. Labor's up, shingles up, lumber's up, paint's up. People are going to be underinsured because they're going to try to rebuild, but the cost to rebuild their house now is going to be more than it was, say, 3 years ago or 4 years ago. So there's going to be some challenges as people transition. In the state of Florida, we worked with after Hurricane Michael. We created some down payment assistance programs to help people make their notes affordable. But there's just some catastrophic forces outside the hurricane supply chains that are going to make the rebuilding process more expensive than I would hope for it to be.
And I know that I was talking to the mayor of Charleston, and they avoided, thankfully, a direct hit as it's moving up the coast. And they're already organizing to send people to help Floridians. But you're in Fort Myers, which is one of the worst areas hit. What are you seeing around you?
You know, this is exactly what I saw on October 13th of 2018. Our first responders are these men and women. They can't even tend to their own homes, and they're at the traffic lights directing traffic. And you've got moms and dads trying to get back to see if their belongings are still in place. So it's a little. We're literally driving in downtown Fort Myers right now, and it's just it's a little hard to digest because these men and women will crash in about 72 hours. But the cavalry's coming, and law enforcement, mutual aid will come from every corner of the state of Florida, even outside the state of Florida, to give these firefighters, these police officers, even government services a break. We will have, you know, I talked to the tax collector from Bay County. He's going to bring his company and team down here to give the tax collectors of Charlotte and Lee County a break just so they can go put their lives back together.
Well, Jimmy Patronis, I know you're the chief financial officer of the state fire marshal. You're a member of the Florida cabinet. You're going to be with the Governor DeSantis, at his news conference coming up any minute now. We'll be carrying that live. Thanks to you. And I know, calling out all the people, the great rescue operations and responders. We're all so much in awe of the people responding to this emergency from all over the country, and you and all your leadership down there. Thank you very much for taking the time for us.
Let me add one
Please.
other thing that we saw after. So my office oversaw the Surfside disaster and recovery. We saw predatory, rogue GoFundMe scams that pop up, and what they'll do is they'll create a heartfelt story. With Surfside alone, there was over 70 fake fundraising missions that were established. Please, 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 if you don't know who GoFundMe is giving the money to, don't do it. There's no transparency. GoFundMe is simply a collection agent for somebody who has a great theater of ideas to put on the narrative to get donations. Red Cross, Salvation Army, Volunteer Florida, those are all trusted sources to give your money to. Just don't be taken advantage of because of your own generosity to want to help.
That's such a good warning, especially for Floridians, the elderly, who are even more vulnerable to these predators. Thank you so much,
Yes,
Jimmy Patronis.
Take care.
Appreciate your
Yes,
time.
ma'am.